Good day. Thank you for joining us for today's news. If you find this helpful, please consider subscribing. We're here every day with calm, clear updates, just for you.
6 skiers were buried in an avalanche on Mount Ruapehu, but they were all freed within 10 minutes with no injuries. The incident happened during a ski tour in the mountain's backcountry near Glacier Knob. The avalanche was 50 meters long and 50 meters wide, with a depth of 40 centimeters. One person was completely buried with only their hands sticking out, while others had parts of their bodies exposed. In a critical moment, rescuers carved an airway through the snow for the fully buried skier within 2 minutes. The New Zealand Avalanche Advisory Cape unharmed. Mac Disley, Chief Executive of the New Zealand Mountain Safety Council, emphasized the importance of avalanche safety, especially as the season begins. He urged skiers to check forecasts, carry proper equipment, and receive training before heading into the backcountry. Avalanches in Tongariro National. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the risks of backcountry skiing and the need for preparedness. It also highlights the unpredictability of mountain environments and the importance of staying cautious when venturing into the backcountry.
A man's life was tragically cut short after a rare and aggressive skin cancer was missed during an MRI scan. The lesion, located on his scalp, was not reported by the radiologist, leading to a significant delay in diagnosis in 2019, but was not referred for further assistance timing. By January 2020, he underwent an MRI for a completely unrelated issue, his hearing loss. But the visible mass on his scalp was overlooked. Despite his return to his GP and the hospital for further evaluation, he was then treated and discharged with a proper follow-up. It wasn't until March 2020 that a proper formed the mashing. The radiologist later admitted he had not focused sufficiently on the area of the scalp during the scan and expressed deep regret. However, an independent review found the standard of a radiologist. The man underwent surgery in April 2020, but by that point, the cancer had already progressed to an advanced interments. The case has sparked serious concerns about the need for improved vigilance and training in medical imaging to prevent such preventable tragedies in the future.
A real estate broker has been arrested at Auckland Airport, accused of smuggling 4 kilograms of cocaine in her luggage. The 25-year-old woman arrived on a LATAM Airways flight and is now facing charges of importing and possessing Class A drugs for supply customs overseas port. The case is set to be heard at the Manukau District Court. This incident has raised concerns about drug smuggling through international travel routes and the role of border security in preventing such activities. The woman's profession as a real estate broker adds an unexpected twist to the story. Hidley. Authorities are reminding travelers to cooperate fully with customs procedures, as this case calls the need for vigilance in intersecting illicit substances.
New Zealand's inflation rate has climbed to 2.7%, the highest in a year according to the latest data from statistics. New Zealand, this increase is driven by rising prices for food, energy, housing, and rental inflation rate now stands at 2.7%. Marking the highest level since last year. Besides this, the rate remains within the Reserve Bank's target range of 1% to 3%, which has led many to believe that the central bank may continue its rate-cutting policy. However, concerns over the cost of living are growing, with land taxes, electricity, and food prices all on the rise. Finance Minister Nicola Willis has stated that the government is focused on addressing these pressures, but opposition parties have criticized the governing Sarpis and Chu Party. Co-leader Claire Swarbrick has highlighted that low-income families are spending up to 98% of their disposable income. As the government introduces new policies to help, many are still calling for more action to address the underlying issues driving inflation and support those most affected by rising costs.
The latest inflation data has prompted optimism about a potential rate cut in August, but the rapid rise in food prices and persistent inflation in key sectors have raised concerns. While the overall CPI rose 2.7% over the past year, economists is increasing at a much faster rate. This has placed additional pressure on households and complicated the economic outlook. Despite some signs of easing in the residential property market, the RBNZ faces a challenging balancing. Some economists argue that further rate cuts may be necessary, with the risk of a follow-up cut in October now looking higher.
An Min-ro, the mayor of the Mackenzie district, has made the difficult decision to step down from her role and will not be seeking re-election in October. Her resignation comes as her cancer diagnosis has worsened, and she believes it is in the best interest of the community to ensure stable leadership. Monroe has served as mayor since 2022 and was diagnosed with cancer shortly before Christmas last year. She confirmed through recent testing, despite ongoing treatment. Her prognosis remains uncertain. She expressed deep gratitude to council staff, elected members, and residents for their support. Deputy Mayor Karen Morgan will take on the role until the next election. Monroe's decision is a reminder that change is a constant in life, and while we can't control what comes our way, she encouraged the community to continue meeting challenges with open minds, respectful debate, and a spirit that celebrates both differences and shared values.
The world is on the brink of a defining moment in the fight against climate change as the International Court of Justice prepares to deliver a landmark ruling. This decision could reshape global climate policy, setting a new legal precedent for nations and polluters alike. For the Pacific Islands, whose existence is increasing, Vanuatu's representative called it a moment that would echo across generations, determining the fate of nations like theirs and the future of the planet. But not all are on the same page. Major polluters argue existing agreements are enough, while vulnerable nations demand more despite the challenges. The ruling could inspire. As the world waits for the court's decision, one thing is clear. The stakes have never been higher for the planet and the people who live on its most vulnerable shores.
A major new initiative in New Zealand's healthcare education is taking shape with the announcement of a $230 million medical school at the University of Waikato, the Government's Unexproved, the project, which focuses on Exproved Day-in-Dollard. Construction is set to begin later this year, and the school is expected to start accepting students in 2028, adding 120 new medical training places annually. This follows a period of political debate, with Labour previous opposing the creation of a new school. However, the National Party, supported by ACT, pushed for a more efficient financial model, ensuring the government's contribution was reduced from an initial $280 million to $82.5 million by producing more doctors and improving culture needs. This move is seen as a strategic effort to bolster healthcare delivery across the country and ensure sustainable investment in medical education.
In a match that will be remembered for years to come, Leka Halasima delivered a last-second try that sealed a dramatic 2015 win for the NZ Warriors against the Newcastle Knights. The moment was hailed as one of the greatest finishes in NRL history, with commentators and players alike left in awe of Halasima's skill, composure. The try, which came in the final seconds of the game, was described as a miracle in motion, and it has already been compared to legendary moments like Michael Witt's 2008 try. Halasima's performance was a testament to the unpredictable and dramatic nature of rugby league, and it has solidified his place as one of the most special players in the NRL.
In this heartfelt account, Charlotte Kutia shares her journey of traveling to Australia despite a terminal cancer diagnosis, facing challenges such as medical attention. Charlotte's determination to be with her son during a pivotal moment inspiration to others the moments that matter most, even if.
That's all for today's news. We appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this update, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep going.